school year has been really, didn't really bring the relief that I think a lot of us hoped it was going to bring. Yes, school is back in session full time, but like everything during the pandemic, it certainly hasn't come easy. And no, I'm not talking about the mandatory quarantines or the delayed start times or even the outdoor classes. I'm talking about the critical shortage of school bus drivers here in the Northwest and really across the country. And before you say, hey, those parents, they can just drop their kids off by themselves, no big deal. I'm going to stop you right there, because some parents don't have a car in the first place, or their work schedule just won't allow it. And in many neighborhoods, there is no safe way for kids to walk to school because they don't have sidewalks or the streets are just too busy. Families who can drive their kids to and from school are seeing this, not that dog's nose, what's behind it. Traffic nonstop, a mile long. This is the first day of school at a Vancouver school. Parents saw cars lined up there for about a mile. So even if you live near a school and you don't have a kid that goes there, you're dealing with a lot more traffic. Like I said earlier, the bus driver shortage is a problem across the country, and it stems from a lot of things. Some people, for instance, who would have been bus drivers this year, decided, no, I don't want to sit in a bus packed with unvaccinated kids, which makes sense, especially because a lot of those drivers are traditionally retirees who might have compromised immune systems. Some potential drivers don't want to get the vaccine. That's the choice that they're making, but that is required here in Oregon if you want to drive a bus. So they decided, no, don't want to do that. And some are looking into other industries entirely. As we know, a lot of places are looking for workers right now and offering big incentives that might be a little more enticing than driving a bus full of children on a split shift for relatively low wages. We took a look at Portland Public Schools, though. They're the largest district in the state. And right now, they say they have a whopping 82 vacancies for bus drivers. That's a lot. They usually employ about 300 of them, so that's 28% fewer bus drivers in their workforce. They just don't have them. And they say it's getting bad. And to say it's getting bad really is an understatement. PPS has completely eliminated about a dozen bus routes for Benson and Lincoln high schools. They also say every day, about 10 or 15 other routes will not run because of delays or cancellations. And just as a heads up, about 15 other routes are going to be modified too. Yikes for parents. It's not unusual for them to get a message like this in the morning telling them they're not just going to be, they're not going to have a bus to get their kid that day. So you better find another option. And oh yeah, you have to do it in the next half hour. Imagine that as you get ready in the morning. We all know that's not easy to do. Portland Public Schools Chief of Staff says they're trying to get creative though to solve this problem.
Identifying front office staff in transportation who can take on routes. We've also mentioned that some of our trainers are also, not training, but instead driving some of those routes. We are also exploring other venues. What does it look like? So we're actually venturing and trying to design a few alternatives, if you will. We're trying to be creative and innovative, and so we'll have more to say in terms of some new offerings here soon that hopefully will help alleviate some of those pressures.
So what solutions are there? Well, some states are calling on the National Guard to help out. This was in Massachusetts, where soldiers are training to drive kids to school. And yes, before you even say it, I know it seems a little silly to do this, but the National Guard has been an incredible resource during the pandemic, and they're proving it once again. Right here in Oregon, we've talked about it several times. They've helped distribute the vaccine. They're now working in hospitals that are overwhelmed across the state to ease the burden on healthcare workers. We reached out to the Oregon Department of Education to find out if they think this is a good idea for them, if some soldiers might actually help drive buses, and they say all options are being considered. But right now, the National Guard is pretty busy helping with hospitals, and school districts should use federal relief money to just hire more bus drivers if they can.